The one-step buttonhole, or automatic buttonhole as it's sometimes known, makes buttonholes so simple and so easy to do. It's just getting your head around how to use this little gizmo. So if your machine came with one of these, I will show you how it works. So first things first, let's have a little look at this special foot. So this is the automatic or one-step buttonhole foot. It attaches to the machine on this little piece of metal here. If your machine doesn't have one of these or didn't come with one of these, odds on it doesn't do a one-step buttonhole. It will do it in a slightly different way. So what happens is this back bit opens up, and what we're going to do is in this back bit you place your button and then push it back until your button is in the back section here. And what that's done is it's adjusted the size here. So this size here is the size that your buttonhole is going to be, and it's taking the measurement from the button, and as you see, as it gets bigger, the buttonhole gets bigger, as it gets smaller accordingly. So you place your button in the back here and it will measure and give the right dimension for a buttonhole that will fit it. If you want to make a buttonhole of a certain size, you could take a ruler and measure this and then adjust the back accordingly for whatever size you want this bit to be, if that's a different way of doing it for you. So we need to attach this to the machine. So I'm going to remove my normal foot using the little button at the back. And then I'm going to place this underneath so that this metal bar here fits underneath here, and then lower the foot and it will just clamp onto it. And that's as complex as it is to fit it to the machine. Place your button in, take your original foot off and place this new foot on. So now the buttonhole foot is on the machine, we need to set the machine up. So every machine is different in terms of how many stitches they do and where the stitches are illustrated. On my machine, they are up here, and you can see here, these are the different buttonholes that are available to do on the machine, and it will work accordingly. So those are the sort of icons that you're looking out for. You then just take the number on a digital machine and type it in on the keypad. If you're working on a machine with a dial, you'll be able to see one of these symbols on your dial and you'll just rotate it to that. And then what you need to do is pull down, there's a lever up here that you pull down. This is often referred to as a buttonhole lever, and what this does is this is the sensor that tells the machine when it's reaching the two different end points of your buttonhole. If you don't pull this all the way down, or you get it sort of halfway, or it won't function right, and that's when you'll end up with buttonhole errors. So it's worth pulling this all the way down and then making sure while sewing that no fingers or big old chunks of fabric, buttons or anything touch this sensor, because if it gets touched by anything other than these two bits of plastic on the foot, it will think it's reached the end of its buttonhole. So I'm going to place my piece of fabric under here. The buttonhole is going to start at the front, it's going to go backwards, and then it's going to come back to the beginning again. It's always worth doing a test sample to double check which direction your machine is going to go in, making sure that you know where you need to start and end so your buttonholes don't accidentally go in the wrong direction. So I've put the buttonhole lever down and I put my foot on the presser foot, and it's going to work its way through this button. So all I did was put my foot on the pedal. It's done everything else itself. It's used the sensor to establish how big it needs it to be. And then, so it started here, it's worked its way up, zigzagged back, done this bottom section, gone up on a running stitch, done this end point, and then zigzagged back down here. And that's it. The only thing it doesn't do for you is cut it, but all you need to do that is a quick unpick. You're going to insert it into the gap with the point, and then just ever so carefully work your way down, making sure you don't overshoot. And that's it. I then just give all of these little loose threads a little trim off. And there you have it, the buttonhole. So there you go. Get that buttonhole foot out and give it a try.